being hello. Okay. Hello.
Wins.
Of
and also,
course.
the pitching matchup today is better here.
Don't have all that humidity. Knock it
No,
off.
I don't need that. Can you imagine if we were
We
sitting
got days
outside?
like today.
Yeah,
Look at it.
If we were sitting outside at a grapefruit league right now, all we'd be doing was complaining the whole time, just nonstop.
All right. The Charlie show's from 11 a.m. from 11 a.m. to noon today. We're just starting this stream early because starting it is like 4 minutes early. You guys can just have Arizona Sports. Or now. But all you guys can see right now. Okay. This on Charlie Show from 11 a.m. to noon. We could 11 to something. Yeah. But right now we are just going into some Wolfen League from 11 a.m. Noon. From this time to noon today. But you guys there to Arizona Sports until 11 a.m. You guys get some Arizona sports coverage. Here we go. It's some Arizona sports.
They got to go.
I'm just talking about the last 3 games overall.
Yeah.
Looking at it right now. And, then, of course, they beat the Hornets, of course, at home, 32-32, a 500 team, but a team that has been literally on fire over the last 20 games, specifically, I would say, of the season. I'm just saying right now, the reason why I give the Suns a pass at all, based on some of these performances, and again, I'll go back to the Bulls game and go, what are you doing? Is the fact that they're trying to work in Jalen Green and Devin Booker. And this is going to be a work in progress, and there's nothing that is more important to me. I've talked about this many, many times, and I'm going to be talking about it many more times. There's nothing more important for the Phoenix Suns than working these 2 guys out and figuring out how it's going to look like and how they're going to win games with these 2 guys on the floor. You got 2 Mustangs that you're trying to work in together. How are you going to harness them? How are you going to bridle these guys and actually win games? That is the question going forward.
Jalen Green, for his part, did look better this weekend. He showed some real flashes, especially last night, and he kind of trailed off in the second half because he finished the game with 24 points. I feel like he had like 20?
He had 20 in the first half.
Yeah, 20 okay. So he finished the weekend with 50 points, 49 points over the 2 games against New Orleans and Charlotte. Shot a little bit better, field goal percentage up around 47% on Friday, 42% last night because he did trail off in the second half. But, I mean, that's a lot better than it had been. He was shooting like 28% over the previous 6 games. He wasn't scoring. We talked a lot on Friday about, hey, like, look, man, if it's not your night, don't take 20 shots. He was 5 of 20 in that Bulls game, and, he missed the shot late. And probably take that shot late. I know it didn't go in. That should go in. But in general, and it's an adjustment for him. We talked about this a lot on Friday. He's adjusting now because I'm sure when he stepped back in the lineup, it was like, dude, just score. We don't have Grayson Allen. We don't have Devin Booker. We don't have Dylan Brooks now. But now the Book is back. You can't just be chucking up shots if you're not going to make them, if you're only going to be hitting 25%. But for Jalen Green, he shot better over the weekend. He showed flashes. The first half last night, he was borderline dominant at times.
Yeah. And Jalen Green, man, this is something that, again, I totally understand. Here he is. It's his first season with his new team, and he wants to impress. He really does. And then we all know about the hamstring. Oh, my goodness, the worst hamstring in the history of mankind. That's what Jalen Green had. Yet at the same time, this is a situation where it's really, really dicey. Jalen Green is already a little bit inside his head, and he's admitted as much that he is. And now all of a sudden he's got to worry about Devin Booker as well and how he's going to play with Devin Booker. And Book also is trying to figure it out and how he's going to – you can see Devin Booker defer to Jalen Green. You can see he did it last night, as a matter of fact. Royce O'Neal came up with the steal and gave it to Devin Booker on the break. Book could have totally taken it to the rack and scored, and he didn't. He stopped and passed it to a trailing Jalen Green, and Jalen Green went in and got the bucket. He's deferring. He's trying. You can see it. He's trying to get the Suns' number 2 guy, and that's what I'm going to call him in regard to talent. Number 2, trying to get him involved in this offense, and you can see it, and they're both inside each other's head. That's what I think. I'm going to give the Suns a little bit of a pass here as they're trying to figure out how they're going to do this with Jalen Green and Devin Booker.
I'll give them a pass to beat Charlotte the way Charlotte's playing, and it also is win number 37.
It starts in day one, before day one. A lot of changes since then. And we just came in with, a fresh new energy. We came in and, we worked together, kept the main thing. And, we have a good group. Everybody is on the same page. So win, lose, or draw is fun to be a part of.
It's got to be extra rewarding. Probably for nobody more than Devin Booker. I think because obviously 36 wins last year. That's why we're pointing out 37 specifically.
I said 37 this season.
Well, I hope you're wrong, because that would lead to a long losing streak at the end of the year. I don't think it has to be more rewarding for Devin Booker than anybody. Then I think the fan base right behind him. Then I think like Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, guys that were here last year, Colin Gillespie. But it just because Booker, because this is his team and he has stuck around, and he's stuck around through thick and thin with this team, and because now it's not just that he's seen lows, he's seen almost the highest of highs. That image will permanently be burned into my memory of him on the court as they were losing to the Bucks, and you could tell at the very end he still thought they were going to come back and win that title. Like, we've gotten nearly to the top of the mountain with Devin Booker. He's had those 20-win seasons or whatever. I think a season like this that was maybe not unexpected by him, but unexpected in general, following just a lame season last year. Like, it wasn't terrible. It was just, it's got to be rewarding for him.
We shall see.
Not any more on that as the show unfolds?
No, as a matter of fact, since Rick gave us the break.
Oh, yeah, that's true. All right, when we come back, we'll get into the latest NFL free agency news, and there have been some big moves this morning. We'll get into that next. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
The D-backs 2026 Cactus League season is underway.
The 2-1 pitch. Swung on. That's hit hard on the line to center field. That ball's going to get down. It's cut off right before the wall. McLaughlin scores. Here comes Gruber. Throw the plate. A good one, but not in time. It's a 2-run double. And the Diamondbacks back to within 2.
The home of Arizona Diamondbacks baseball. Arizona Sports on YouTube. The Arizona Sports app. Arizona Sports 98.7.
Ongoing pain makes you feel older than you are. QC Kinetics patients are getting relief, feeling younger, the clock, jumping back into life at full speed. The medical professionals at QC Kinetics use the latest regenerative treatments that are backed by real science, healing tools inside your body, and right where you need relief. This is how Mike is training for a marathon instead of giving up running, how Patrick's golf game is on fire again, and how I am in a decade. We are all grateful clients of these that pro athletes have leaned on for years, and the sooner you start treatment, the faster you heal. Find out if these cutting-edge options work for you. You can find QC Kinetics in Phoenix, Scottsdale, Peoria, and Chandler. Get on the books by calling 602-837-PAIN, 602-837-PAIN for QC Kinetics.
D-backs fans get access to flexible ticket plans, postseason priority, and more when you become a D-backs Advantage member. For more info, visit dbacks.com/memberships.
Gold rocketing to record highs as more Americans rush to preserve their savings of gold. I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your 401k or IRA savings. Gold offers tangible security that can't be tracked, stolen, or inflated. That's why I strongly advocate for gold IRAs. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898 now. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust, and their thousands of great reviews prove I'm not alone. So don't wait another second. Protect your retirement savings and see how easy it is to move your IRA or 401k metals. Text SECURE to the number for free gold IRA info kit. Again, to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply.
Hi, this is Stuart Willis, president of Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax. A personal relationship with your financial matters. It's super important that you have the ability to talk anything you need to with your advisor. So if you have been pushed off to a call center and you don't have a one-on-one relationship with your financial advisor, then reach out to us at wealth.com. That's assetpreservationwealth.com.
Advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hey, it's time to find that F-Series truck you want at a price you can't afford to miss, because it is Ford Truck Month. Yep, and Ford Truck Month is about the only way that America's best-selling trucks for 49 years running gets better. Ford Truck Month at our Desert Ford dealers. Hey, Paul Calvisi here. Man, we wait all year for these amazing offers. The Ford F-150. America counts on it. We get to drive it. And that's not all we get. Check out these savings. APR for 60 months with zero down, $0,000 in truck month cash on a job site, hauling the family camper, off-roading, icons of muscle and performance. And again, during Ford Truck Month, get 0% APR for 60 months with zero down, zero payments for up to 90 days, plus cash on a 2025 Ford F-150. But click buyfordnow.com.
Arizona Sports. Breaking news.
All right, Rick, what do you got?
All right. This is according to Mike Garafolo of NFL Network. The Arizona Cardinals have agreed to terms on a 2-year, $12.25 million deal with former Falcons running back Tyler Algier.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, now, okay.
There we go.
This they are not operating like a team that has any interest in Jeremiah Love now, right? I mean, that's
no.
You have James Conner, Tyler Algier, and Trey Benson.
All right. Yes, it's true. If they would have drafted Jeremiah Love, I would have said, well, okay, I like it. I would have said that.
I'm on board.
I know. I was on board.
Now it would be weird that you're fourth running back.
But now, who is it that I really coveted? Francis Mauigoa, Basin audience. Let's go get somebody who can just knock your face off.
I do like the Algier pickup. I
like him.
I'm going to need a second.
Algier's a good back.
He seems like a guy who could be a starter, even if he needed to. He's on a team with Bijan Robinson. So it'd been nice to have him here on a team with Jeremiah Love. Like, yeah, you could start here, except no, because we have Jeremiah Love. We have our own Bijan. But I now, I mean, with this news happening in the last minute, I don't even know. They would have to trade Trey Benson to even
Rick,
have that conversation.
Yeah, Rick, can you give me the numbers again on Tyler Algier?
2 years, $12.25 million.
Okay.
All right, that's 6 point.
According to Mike Garofolo.
Okay. There
6
you
point
go.
something per year. 6.125 a year.
You didn't break the bank, obviously.
No. So then my other thought with Jeremiah Love was, if you're not going to draft him, then get some team to trade up for him, Wolf, because this is a guy that a lot of people believe is the best player in the draft, might be a generational talent at his position. Well, one of those teams I thought maybe you could get to trade up for him potentially would be the Chiefs, but they are signing Kenneth Walker the third.
Oh, man, that one right there, that hurt me. That really did, because Kenneth Walker the third. Do you know what the particulars were? Well, how much they signed him for and how many years? Because that, to me, I'm not looking at it right now. We're out here at Salt River Fields forever, and I don't have my phone going based on it, but I can tell you that Kenneth
according
Walker
to Ian
the third,
Rappaport,
to
it's
me,
a 3-year, $45 million deal, 28.7 guaranteed.
Okay, there you go. 3 years, $45 million, 28.7 guaranteed. That is a significant contract in the world of running backs.
It pays
in the
to win
National
Super Bowl
Football
MVP.
League. Yes, it does. Kenneth Walker the third. Look out for the Kansas City Chiefs in a sneaky kind of way, because a lot of people believe, obviously, that the Chiefs are in decline. This makes me think otherwise.
I don't believe the Chiefs are in decline. I wondered not if they are in decline, but if the year is kind of like a bridge year, because you don't know how long it's going to take Mahomes. But if they are signing Kenneth Walker for that kind of money, and it sounds like Travis Kelce's coming back.
Yeah.
I can't imagine Travis Kelce's coming back if he doesn't think Mahomes is going to be playing. You know what I mean? So got to be aware of that.
We've got some more news for you guys here. It's not Cardinals related, but according to Adam Schefter, former Ravens free agent center Tyler Linderbaum reached agreement today on a record deal with the Raiders, who are awarding him with a 3-year, $81 million deal that's going to include $60 million guaranteed. Highest paid interior offensive lineman in NFL history.
So even if the Cardinals had drafted him a few years ago, like a lot of people, at least retroactively, wanted them to, I'm not sure he'd still be on the Cardinals now with that price tag.
Tyler Linderbaum. Interesting. Anytime you have bomb in your name, it's a good one.
Yeah.
I loved him coming out, as a matter of fact, because he had bomb in his name. Yes.
If you looked at like all the sheets, like the free agent sheets, and you just broke them down by position going into today, and then you looked at how many teams like needed certain positions, he was going to get paid. There really were no other centers at anywhere near his level, and there's a lot of teams that need a center, and obviously that Tyler Linderbaum just went to the Raiders to protect Fernando Mendoza, even though if you ask Clint Kubiak, they're not sure who they're taking with that first pick yet, obviously, because it could be anybody. It could be Fernando Mendoza. It could be Fernando Mendoza's brother. I don't know.
We've got an awful lot of stuff that is breaking right now, a lot of things that are coming down, and this is the way that it's going to be for the next couple days, I would imagine.
No, because we haven't even gotten to this yet, and we can circle back to Kenneth Walker, whatever.
Okay.
But I do want to play this cut. Speaking of the Raiders, now this is interesting. We're drawing a random line through everything. Tyler Linderbaum's going to the Raiders. Max Crosby has left the Raiders. Well, not left. He got traded to Baltimore, Wolf, for the 14th pick in this draft next month and a first rounder next year. So the Raiders making significant moves. I go back and forth on this one. I mean, Max Crosby was Exhibit A. He and Myles Garrett are Exhibit A for you can be a truly great defensive player.
Yeah.
One truly great defensive player cannot save your team, obviously. I mean, Max Crosby was great last year, as always, and the Raiders have the first pick in the draft. but he gets traded to Baltimore. Is there a more fitting team for him to go to, like Baltimore or Pittsburgh? It felt like he was going to end up on.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, for me, it's the Baltimore Ravens. The fact that the Ravens, they value a guy like this to a point where they would give up 2 number ones. And that's what they did. Basically, what this is if Max Crosby was, I don't know, a franchise player for the Raiders, a franchise player, and all of a sudden you said, oh, we're going to sign him to a huge contract, which is exactly what they're going to do, and you're going to have to give up 2 first-round picks. That's basically what the Baltimore Ravens just did, of course. 69.5 sacks in 7 seasons. That's what he's got. He's averaging almost 10 sacks a season. That's Max Crosby. What I love about Crosby as well, watch him on tape on first down. Watch him in rundown situation as well. This is a guy that is a physical football player. He's going to set the edge over and over and over again. I love this guy as a football player. Forget about him as a sack guy, how great he is, the pressure that he gets on an opposing quarterback. He's long. He reminds me so much, in an ironic kind of way, of Ted Hendricks, who used to play for the Colts. And then okay, I can't believe you had that ready to go. Gatorade! Okay.
I wish that would have happened during the game
Just
out here at Salt River Field.
Knock it off.
See Zach Gallen stop and look over here and be like, who's
Yes.
making that sound?
Yeah, I know that sound. But, again, the Raiders, Ted Hendrickson, go ahead and Google it, my young crunks. But it's a situation where Max Crosby, I think he's going to thrive in Baltimore with their defense, their culture. He's going to thrive.
Here he is on the Rush Pod talking about the Raiders.
Ever since I've been here, man, I've had one goal and one mission. That's become the best version of myself and help bring a championship back to the Raider organization. And I feel like I left, everything I had on the table for this team. I've given my heart and soul, and I feel like I let y'all down, man. Ever since day one, I've wanted to create and build a winner with the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't know how much more he could have really done with that, Wolf. I mean, I don't think a lot of people watch Max Crosby play and be like, he could be doing more. I think Max Crosby did about all he could. And I got to be honest, I respect how much he hated the fact they sat him down at the end of last season so that they could essentially, that's the NFL version of tanking, right? The guys on the field aren't trying to lose, but when the front office is saying, hey, Max, you're hurt, sit so we can lose and get Fernando Mendoza. And he didn't like that. And at least in football, if you do that, there's not a lottery. Like, you're getting the pick. You're not just doing it for stupid ping pong balls. But I really respected how much he was opposed to that.
So not only that, he's still 29 years old. I thought, honestly, he was like 31. He's still 29 years old, and in 2026, he's scheduled to make $30 million. In 2027, $29 million.
This is the Ravens. It's funny they're making this move too, because this makes about as much sense as when they signed Derrick Henry. When they went out and got Derrick Henry, it's like, yeah, he probably should have been a Raven this whole time.
Yeah.
They go out and get Max Crosby, and it's like, yeah, okay. Although Crosby does. So he if the Raiders were good, he looks like he should be on the Raiders. Like, he just, you know what I mean? Maybe it's just because he's played his whole career there. But either way, not now. He's going to Baltimore, and there's a lot of other moves we can get into throughout the show today as well. Legal tampering is here. What do the Cardinals need to do this week as opposed to in the draft? That's next. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Join Arizona Sports April 11th in Tempe for the 22nd annual Pats Run presented by Tech Systems. This 4.2-mile run walk finishes on the 42-yard line at Mountain America Stadium, home of the ASU Sun Devils. Bring the whole family. Kids can take part in the 0.42-mile Kids Run presented by Shields and Phoenix Children's Hospital. Honor Pat Tillman's legacy. Support the Tillman scholars who carry it forward. After the run, it's the Tillman Tailgate presented by Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Enjoy live music, food trucks, and vendor activation. And sign up today at patsrun.org.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team works with your investment strategy. We'll one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trade 360-7900. That's 480-360-7900.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Coverage varies by plan, view contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com.
This is an announcement. All United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote. Is 800-266-3845. 800-266-3845. 800-266-3845.
Got a stubborn clog slowing things down? Introducing Parker & Son's $89 drain clearing special. If you've got a ground level, easy access drain, Parker & Son's plumbers will. Plus, you'll get a free camera inspection and free maintenance. That's today's clog gone and future problems prevented. Call Parker & Sons at 602-2-REPAIR. That's 602, the number EPAIR for Parker & Sons. Standard water heaters only, no tankless.
Spring training is here, and Talking Stick Resort is your home base for all the action. Stay minutes from Salt River Fields and turn games into a getaway. Incredible dining, and a perfect spot to final inning. Plus, take advantage of complimentary shuttles to and from the games at Salt River Fields. Make this spring training unforgettable. Book your stay now at TalkingStickResort.com. That's TalkingStickResort.com.
Hey, it's Tom Chambers. I'm working with Galaxy Lending Group and their Goal Loan. It helps you work towards retirement with your home paid income you already make without changing how you live. If owning your home outright is part of your retirement plan, text GOAL to 620-620. To 620-620. Galaxy Lending Group is optional.
NMLS ID 142766 and equal housing lender. Best data rates may apply.
Hi, Arizona sports listeners. Roller here with my friend Wayne from AMCO.
Hey, what's up?
So it's tax time. You filed, and that refund's just burning a hole in your pocket. Before you spend it all, let's talk about the one thing you rely on every single day.
Roller, before you book a trip or buy something shiny, please remember take care of all the car repairs you've been putting off.
Sure. Fun faster than a surprise car breakdown.
I'll say brake, transmission issues. If something's acting up, now's the time to handle it and drive stress-free.
Should we wait for our refund before getting repairs?
No way. AMCO payment plans let you get repairs. Your check.
So instead of crossing your fingers every time you start your car or truck,
come to AMCO. We'll take a look, walk you through what's needed, and help you make.
There you go. Google AMCO for your nearest location. MCO, transmissions, and a whole lot.
KMVP FM Phoenix.
Live from the Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort Studio.
Arizona Sports, the local.
I'm Jesse Morrison with Trending Now, presented by Parker & Sons, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. According to NFL Network's Mike Garafolo, the Arizona Cardinals are signing running back Tyler Algier to a 2-year, $12.25 million contract. Algier ran for 514 yards and 8 touchdowns in 17 games for the Atlanta Falcons last season. The Miami Dolphins are signing free agent quarterback Willis, who is linked to the Cardinals, head on over to Arizona. The Arizona Diamondbacks host the Seattle Mariners at Salt River Fields today. Allen gets the start for the D-backs, and Brian Wu gets the start for the Mariners. First pitch is at 1:10. This report is brought to you by K2 Vision RLE. No reader's glasses. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at k2vision.com.
Arizona Sports, the Cardinal Decision. The Cardinal Decision with Wolf and Luke.
It's hour number 2 of the show, live from Salt River Fields in Scottsdale. D-backs Mariners going to get underway here in about 2 hours. Wolf, this feels like the calm before the storm. We're out here in the left field porch.
Oh, yeah.
Calm before the storm as far as baseball, not the calm before the storm as far as football, though. Football is going crazy already. We ran through some of the bigger moves that have already happened this morning, or terms that have been agreed to. Malik Willis sounds like he's going to the Dolphins. Tua is out. There are reports that Atlanta is leading the charge for Tua. Kenneth Walker's going to the Chiefs. Obviously, over the weekend, Max Crosby was traded to the Ravens. So those are some big names right there moving around. So the question now, Wolf, is, and the Cardinals have added Tyler Algier this morning.
Yeah.
What can they address in free agency? What is better left until the draft?
Yeah, for me, I've always enjoyed free agent offensive linemen and the signing of free agent offensive linemen. And the reason being, Basinonians, is because you can actually look at tape. You can look at NFL tape and see a guy playing in the National Football League. You don't have to look at his college tape and then try to project him into the National Football League. For me, I like the fact that you got stone cold hard facts right in front of you on the tape. And because of that, that's where I would like to spend my money. If in fact I need to rebuild an offensive line, that's where I would try to target a couple of offensive linemen. Guys like David Edwards from the Buffalo Bills. He's 29 years old. He's super consistent. He always has been. He's more right guard than left guard. And then Zion Johnson as well. He's a left guard, a guy that plays left guard. He can also play center as well. And Jim Harbaugh absolutely loves Zion Johnson. And if he gives him his endorsement, you know what? That's good enough for me when it comes to football. It's guys like that I'd like to see the Arizona Cardinals go out. Guys who may not break the bank, necessarily speaking, but guys that I think are quality offensive linemen. And you're going to have to spend, I would say, for David Edwards, coming from the Buffalo Bills, I think he's been consistent enough where he's put it down on tape, where this is one of the better interior offensive linemen in the AFC.
Yeah, I've been pushing this for the last couple of weeks of address the offensive line in free agency and then probably still take a guy on the offensive line high in the second round.
Yep.
Through the mindset of, okay, and then you can go out and you can take Jeremiah Love at 3. I don't think they're taking Jeremiah Love at 3 now. They're bringing back James Conner, and they just signed Tyler Algier. So it's going to be interesting to see which team just kind of gets to add Jeremiah Love, probably a lot lower than they should, really, because if you look at the draft, the Raiders are obviously taking Mendoza. The Jets don't need a running back if they're bringing back Breece Hall. It doesn't seem like the Cardinals are interested in that. I guess maybe Tennessee at 4.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, that's pretty nice. It's pretty nice to get maybe the best player in the draft at number 4 if you're Tennessee. But the actual philosophy for free agency doesn't really change. Just replace Jeremiah Love with best player available. If you address the offensive line in free agency, then you can take the best player available at 3, whether that is an offensive lineman. Maybe it just is Francis Mauigoa, but maybe it is Ruben Bain Jr. Maybe it can be pretty much anything at any position at that point. The problem is you have to address your offensive line.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you have to address your offensive line. And if you can't do it through free agency, you may have to reach at number 3. Or maybe they just feel one of those offensive linemen is the best player on their board anyway. But every GM always talks about, we're just taking the best player available. You can actually do that as the Cardinals if you address the offensive line now.
Yeah, there's, once again, this is a situation where how badly do you want to fix your offensive line based on our needs? How badly do you want to fix it?
I don't think you can do anything this season if you don't fix it.
I'm just saying right now, for me, it's just like the game of football. There's intensity, and then there's intensity. And they are two different things. You can be intense and ready to go and go play a football game, and then you can be dead-eyed intense and ready to go. And because of that, I want an offensive line instead of saying, well, we're going to work on the offensive line, or you work on the offensive line. I want to see the Cardinals work on the offensive line and all of a sudden put together an offense. And if that means taking Francis Mauigoa once again at number 3 in a heartbeat, running to the podium because he's a baller. He plays the game in a physical kind of way, and I love it. And he's got a lot of versatility too. Now, again, if you're going to go out and sign a couple of guards in free agency, or at least one guard in free agency,
you're still going to have to. Mauigoa he's not for offensive linemen.
That's exactly right. You're going to have to fix the offensive line. And how do you fix the offensive line? You go out and you sign guys in free agency to come in, and you also use some of your draft capital. Hopefully number 3 on a guy who can bust your face.
Here's A.Q. Shipley. We had him on late last week. He talked about the Cardinals, the direction now, how you're supposed to build a roster when you don't necessarily have your quarterback of the future. Now they definitely don't, because I think that option probably would have been Malik Willis if they were going to do that right now. So this was A.Q.'s plan for how the Cardinals should progress now going forward.
I think this is a moment where you build the rest of the group.
Yes.
And whatever you land on or fall on at quarterback, I think the scheme can kind of cover some things up maybe a little bit this year. And all you're trying to do is get a good, solid core moving forward in this first year. If you end up winning 10 games, awesome. But the reality is this. We can't sit there and look at what Jacksonville and New England did and say, or Seattle even, right? And say, okay, that's going to be the norm moving forward, because it isn't. And if you have that expectation, you're going to be disappointed more than you're not.
And the biggest thing Malik Willis going to the Dolphins does is it pretty much guarantees the Cardinals are drafting a quarterback this year or next year. Right? There's no. If you brought in Jimmy Garoppolo, he's not your quarterback of the future. If you just stick with Jacoby Brissett, he's not your quarterback of the future. Malik Willis at least had that unknown factor where, and if you were going out and paying him, $20+ million a year for 3 years, then he was your quarterback of the future. I think him signing with Miami pretty much guarantees the Cardinals either need to take a flyer in the 3rd round, like I've been saying this year, or they're definitely taking somebody early in the 2027 draft.
Yeah, and once again, Mike LaFleur is an offensive-minded head coach. I love the fact that he comes from the Sean McVay tree. I love the fact that that is an offense that is going to be predicated on the type of players that you have, on the type of skill that you have, on the offensive line. All of it is going to be predicated on the type of offense that you have, and then you've got to go fill players that are capable of executing that offense. I think, again, if Mike LaFleur and Sean McVay's offense is notorious for controlling the ball and moving the ball down the field. You know what? If you're controlling the ball and moving the ball down the field, your defense is over on the sideline for the most part. I just love the dynamic of fixing the offensive line to protect your quarterback, number 1, and number 2, to open up holes that you can run the football against another team's will and then use play action to throw the ball down the field. For me, it's about possessing. I want to see this offense be able to possess the ball. And the way to do that, build an offensive line.
Well, we'll see if they do. I mean, that's what we're all watching for now, right? I know there were rumors about Tyler Algier last week that the Cardinals might be interested. That wasn't necessarily what I was expecting their first agreement. I guess you can't say signing yet, but their first agreement of this week to be, but obviously offensive line. And to what A.Q. Shipley was just saying right there, and kind of going back to my point on quarterback, you can't get your guy of the future right now. So build your team around it. I know you need a quarterback before you can do anything truly serious in this league, but if you can build a quality team around him and then just drop that quarterback in at some point, either next year or the year after, then I mean, that's all you can do right now. You can't just sit in a holding pattern because you can't draft your quarterback yet.
Hey guys, real quick, and this is going to disappoint Wolf. We need to go to break, but according to Ian Rappaport, the Saints are signing former Bills guard David Edwards, according to sources.
Okay.
The Saints did that?
Saints, yes.
Yes, okay.
Saints are getting kind of interesting. That's a team that could have Jeremiah Love, too. All right, when we come back to Suns, Devin Booker get back over the weekend and remind everybody just how good he is. That's next. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Burns and Gambo, afternoons.
If they don't go get Kenneth Walker, if they don't get Travis Etienne, that might be the biggest tell in the world. We're drafting him. We didn't go get around. That's a good point. We invested our free agency dollars of line to free us up to be able to take Jeremiah Love number 3. I think in some ways the next week will be a giant-sized tell drafting Jeremiah Love, and if they don't spend money on a running back.
Afternoons 2 till 6 on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
All right, Basinonians, Ron Wolfley here from my brothers over at santanford.com for more information. This light for you right now. Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned Ford, you need to get on over to Tim Hovik Santan Ford, located on the Santan Drive in Gilbert. You can always go to Listen, maybe you're driving a Ram, maybe you're driving a Chevy, a GMC, Toyota, whatever it might be. This is your moment to step up and say, no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy a Ford. We are the Wu Fang Clan. We are a Ford family, of course.